Are you gonna make this difficult? Huh? You're gonna make this difficult for me, aren't you? So is the dog.
I came to win, to fight, to conquer.
Hi, I'm Emmy. Okay, so I'm not gonna go by my full name on here because of personal reasons. Right now, I just swore in to become a United States Airman. This video is about my MEPS experience, but I just want to give a quick rundown of why I joined. I'm a mom of 2 beautiful daughters, and I'm married. The reason I'm joining is, 1, for stability for our family, better pay and benefits. The fact that I want to be proud of a job, because right now I work a Cracker Barrel. Woo! I'm not working a career, and I've tried the college thing, and unfortunately still haven't finished 1 degree. I finished a diploma program for dental assistant, but yeah, I tried the college thing, didn't really work out. So I'm joining also because I want to do something that's actually contributing something greater than myself. I always love to help people. I'm tired of helping people spend their money instead of actually helping people. Retail is not my thing, even though it's the only thing I can ever get. I want to do something better. I want to do something better. And my husband unfortunately can't join because he's type 1 diabetic. He tried to join right out of high school, and the Marines were like, no. But yeah, so that is basically why I want to join. I'll go more in depth, I guess, later on. I'll probably do a depth tag video, but today is my MEPS experience video. Enjoy. Alright, MEPS. So, first I went to the hotel. I had already taken my ASVAB like 2 months ago, so I didn't have to do that the day before. But it was pretty nice, the hotel. It looked really deceiving on the outside. It looked like a really old piece of crap, honestly. But it actually was really nice. And I ended up eating alone because it was weird because I didn't have my husband or my kids with me. And my roommate was pretty cool, but unfortunately she decided to talk to her friends from like 12:30 to 3 a.m. So sleeping didn't really happen much for me, unfortunately. Thankfully the brief was short the night before, and we woke up at 4:15 in the morning. That was not fun after sleeping maybe 2 hours. We got ready and we went to eat at 4:45, sat in the lobby for a while, and then at around probably 5:30ish, I think, we finally left to go to MEPS and got there around 6ish. And we lined up at the door in 2 lines, which ended up turning into 3 lines, and all that stuff. We checked in with our liaisons after going through the metal detectors. It's just like going through an airport, just a little less intense because you're just sticking your bag through and you're just walking through without belts and stuff. We got our folders after we checked in, and I had to sit where the blood pressure machines were, but ended up there was no one there to take our blood pressure. So the guy that was doing our hearing test decided to take the 6 or so of us in there and start our test. As we sat in a soundproof box and waited and stared at the wall, pretty much. We didn't talk. None of us were, like, I guess, in a mood to talk because it was so early. And told us how to put the headphones and when to click, all that good stuff. I thought I failed it or something because I was like, I can't hear anything. Near the end, there's no, like, thing telling you that it's over. You just kind of have to wait there and hope you're not missing anything. Just kind of click when you think you hear something. Trust me, you may not think it's something, but it is. Thankfully, we all had passed. I did kind of better than some of the other people in my group, which was kind of awesome. Then we got our blood pressure finally checked. Mine was a little high, and the guy asked me if I was nervous, and I really was. So, I guess he wrote down that I was good, whatever, because I still qualified, thank the Lord. Woohoo. Anyways, we had to sit through a PowerPoint after that and get some paperwork that we would fill out later. Then we split up, male, female, and stuff, and we went into this room that also had the little bathroom for urinalysis, and filled out different forms that she told us to fill out at certain times. Unfortunately, it took me forever to finish my tattoo sheet because I have 10 technically, but 2 of them are right on top of each other, so I considered it one. And then piercings that I don't use anymore, like I have 3 in each ear, and unfortunately you still have to put those. I had nose and belly button scars, so had to put them down. I had drank so much water, like a water bottle that was like twice the size of a normal one, to make sure I would pee. That was a big mistake because I had to hold it for so long that I almost peed myself. But thankfully I got first in line to do that, and she like made so much fun of me because I kept going after I filled up the entire cup. She's like, "You still going?" And I'm just like, "Yes, can I close the door now since I already gave you the sample?" But no, she still stared at me through the mirror. That was kind of awkward, but I've had 2 kids, so not much is awkward to me anymore, I guess you could say. Went to go get blood drawn. That was the next thing. I went to get my blood drawn. Thankfully, even though I have the thinnest little veins in the entire world, this lady got it in first try. Thank the Lord, because I have 10 tattoos, but I hate needles. Then I did the vision test and the read aloud test, which I unfortunately failed depth perception, so that explains why I walk into things sometimes, I guess. So then we had to go into a room with a doctor and just confirm our medical history, make sure we weren't lying pretty much. And this was the first time I ever had to write down what I'm allergic to, like medication-wise. And thankfully, since I've never had shortness of breath or anything like that, where I'm not like dying from taking the medication, I guess I was okay because she said I was okay. So that was awesome. Then we went into the ortho-neuro room, the fun room. No, we basically had to get into our bras and underwear and nothing else in front of everyone. I mean, there's these little cubbies, but you can see everything into them, so there's really nothing blocking you from anything. But like I said, I've had 2 kids. Nothing is really awkward for me anymore because I've had to do a lot of awkward things. Got weighted and our height taken, made sure we were within the requirements for our branch, and some weren't, so they had to get taped for checking their BMI, I guess. And then we sat down and watched a video until they came in and said, "Oh, this group of people stand up and let's do those movements." So basically we had to do toe walking and heel walking. Pretty easy. We had to do arm circles and some weird like bird flappy thing, and we had to do a kick where we just snapped our foot down towards our front toes and then towards the back to the heel, and we had to do a certain way with our knees locked, so like don't be falling over. Trust me, you won't pass. That's the thing. This is like a make it or break it here. You could pass everything else and fail ortho-neuro and have to come back in a few days, so don't do that. Then we also had to do the duck walk, and that one's not fun because somebody told me I could put my arms in front of me, out in front like this, like this, straight out. That was easy. I was able to do the duck walk, no problem, except at MEPS, at least my MEPS said no, only on your hips. So I was falling all over the place. I don't know how I ended up passing it, but I finally got it, I guess because I was trying my best. So then we had to do this fast walk thing where we had to do like a triangle across the room, and the lady was hilarious though because she was like, we're gonna do a triangle. And I'm like, so like this or like this? She's like, there's only one type of triangle. I'm like, there are 3. And there was another person that's like, yeah, there's equilateral, isosceles, and right triangle. Oh, that lady was just like, you people. Like, just do the triangle. And we walked around really fast, and she kept telling us to hurry up, and I was the front, so that was fun. And we did some finger touching without looking at our hands, basically, and then she came around and felt our palms. Make sure your palms are dry. We even individually went in with the doctor, and they asked the same questions again, and then they had us bend over and stuff. She scared the crap out of me because she said I had a hump in my back, and I'm like, what? Because I honestly had no idea, and I thought she was going to disqualify me. I was about to start crying. And she checked our ears. You have to like pinch your nose and swallow when she tells you, and then while pinching your nose, still blow air out without blowing air out of your mouth or your nose. You just kind of blow it like you're popping your ears. And she checks your eyes and does the finger thing, or follow my finger thing. And she checks your mouth, and I did a breast exam, and awkward. And she just checked down there and made sure, hey, you're a girl, and no swelling, no weird stuff going on down there that could disqualify you, so on and so forth. And then she was like, congratulations, you're qualified. So I got out and got dressed, and then was told to sit in a room. And then they called for lunch, and it was kind of nasty. Wasn't the best. The same, we sat down again and waited in the medical waiting area, and they eventually called our names and gave us our folders and everything and told us to go back to our liaisons. And at that point, I needed to lift weight. Lifting weight was not fun because I don't lift weights. I mean, I've been working out and everything, but I don't have access to a gym, and we don't have a weight bench, but we have weights. Counterintuitive, unfortunately. And then she didn't tell us how much weight we were lifting, and I barely got out my like second or third try, I want to say. And I actually hurt myself doing it. I didn't realize it till the next day, and it hurt for like almost a week. It just stopped hurting today, and I went last Wednesday. So that was fun. Not really, but it ended up being 70 pounds. I was like, what in the world did I do? That was like 10 pounds over half my weight. So that was definitely awesome feeling. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I lifted 70 pounds. And then we sat down. I had to fill out a 63 question survey, which is not 63 questions because it has some like 10 or so of those questions have A through like F of sub questions. So it was more like 100 or more questions, and it took forever because it was a bubble thing. And we had to fill out some other papers, and then I had to go into processing, where we tell them our dependents and stuff, if there are any, and our name, address, and all that good stuff, our parents, things for background checks. And then we got fingerprinted, which I was easy to fingerprint apparently, according to the lady, because I've been fingerprinted before to become a citizen, so I was used to it. And then we sat down and waited again. It's a lot of hurry up, wait, hurry up, wait, hurry up, wait. Trust me. Long day. We got there at 6. I didn't swear until 3 p.m. But yeah, after all that processing, we sat down again. I talked to my liaison because I wanted to change the order of some of my jobs, plus 3 or 4 of them got removed off my list because of the depth perception or the weight that I lifted. Maybe I didn't lift enough. I don't know exactly what the reasoning behind it was. I just know that I didn't qualify for those jobs anymore. Wasn't a big deal. They weren't ones I was like, oh, boo-hoo, I wanted them so bad. Thankfully, there were ones I was like, oh, okay, I just kind of threw them in there. It's funny because they accidentally put special ops weather when I just wanted regular weather, so I hope they fix that, because I don't want to do special ops. I'm not a special ops type of girl. Basically, sat there and waited, then checked in to swear in, and then we sat there and got briefed, and then we went in there, got into, we learned attention and paraded rest, and learned exactly how to hold up your arm. You can't just be like, I, Emily, blah, 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 blah. You have to be like over 90-degree angle up and like face forward, don't look around. You can't do any of that stuff while the officer's in there. Since our MEPS is under renovations, can have friends or family come take pictures in there, really. So that was sad. I couldn't have my husband take pictures of me swearing in at all. I waited again because my husband hadn't gotten there on time. Plus he didn't know, and I didn't know either when I was going to swear in. So I called him, and he finally got there around 4:30, and we left. And then I went to my recruiter's office, gave me the t-shirt, and that's about it. I mean, it was a really long day, but it was worth it, and I'm glad to say now that I'm on my way to becoming a United States Airman.
Maybe that'll kinda make the pain go away. Trying to forgive you for abandoning me. Praying, but I think I'm still an angel away. Angel away, yeah, strange in a way. Maybe that is why I chase strangers away.